pleased to be here.
Mr. Chancellor, it's a pleasure to see you again. We commemorated together Holocaust Remembrance Day. You were there with your wife, and it was deeply significant. Your being there, and also the fact that you've taken a consistent position against Holocaust denial, against anti-Semitism. You've been very forthright about the historical legacy and the historical imperatives that the Holocaust requires of all of us. And I want to thank you for this and express our deep appreciation from the people of Israel to you. Your mother helped bring food to Jews hiding in Vienna, and you honor her legacy, and I think you honor a human legacy, which is important for all of us. We face great challenges here in Israel and across the world. To your right is a man who spent a great deal of time in Vienna, Theodor Herzl, and he believed that the only way that the Jewish people could overcome the challenges that were facing Europe and the Jewish people at the time was to forge anew our independence in our ancestral homeland. He spoke of a Jewish army. He said a Jewish army would be able to defend the Jewish state. People thought he was absolutely mad. And he said that it would be a great army and a moral army. And indeed, that is exactly what we have fashioned. A moral state with a moral army and with a good economy. We are both small states, Austria and Israel, similar in population. We have high income per capita, but we know that the challenge is twofold. One is to ensure the continual march of our peoples and the world to modernity against the forces that want to take us back to an early medievalism. Fighting radical terror is something that joins all of us and is a continual obligation. But equally seizing the opportunities of the future, I think, is an obligation of leaders and societies. The future belongs to those who innovate. The only way that we can continually sustain high growth for our economies is through technology and innovation. I know that you understand this intimately, and I know too that our policies, each of us separately, are moving in that direction. But I think that in the course of the conversations that we will have, we can make sure that we do it together. We can achieve more together than separately, and there's a lot to achieve to promise a future of prosperity and security and peace for our peoples. And in this spirit, I welcome you to Jerusalem. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank
you. Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister, at the end of our trip here to Israel, I would like to come to a conclusion, which is that I'm really so impressed about your hospitality and the warm welcome. For me, it was deeply moving to be present at the ceremony yesterday and the day before yesterday. And what I find especially impressive was the reaction of your people, expressing their gratitude for our visit. But what we've done is something which goes without saying, and it's absolutely alternativeless, because if you look at our history and our legacy, then for sure we have a moral duty. And it took us so long in Austria to acknowledge our responsibility for the Holocaust. And it's over now, at latest since the speech of the former Chancellor Franz Warnicki in Knesset 1993. Mm-hmm. And we can build on that today, and we have so strong relations. And it's 60 years ago we started diplomatic relations, and my personal belief is that we have stronger ties than ever to your country. And you should know that we are really a true friend of Israel and the Jewish people in Austria and all over the world. And true friendship means that we encounter together the big challenges of our times and discussing behind closed doors if we have issues, which we really appreciate. But for the time being, I think there is a lot more we can contribute to development here in the region. I think we are a member of the European Union. Definitely, the Union is punching below its weight here in the region because we are one of the biggest donators in Palestine. 70% of the exports of the region go to Europe, and I think it makes a lot of sense to contribute more to a peaceful and prosper development. And that's what we want to do here. The relations, the economic relations are pretty good. Tourism is at the record level. Investment is at the record level.
Trade is imbalanced.
Trade is, yeah, not so much my issue. But I understand your point. But what was also very impressive is when I was visiting Yad Vashem and listening to the ceremony and to your impressive speech and the speech of the president and watching the young people there, you gain a better understanding why you are such a strong economic nation as well. Because I think there is a direct line, that's at least my interpretation, between what happened in the Holocaust and your strength today. And we have seen some of your ventures, which were really impressive, and I'm sure we could take away a lot of lessons, learn a lot from your experience, learn a lot of how to be successful in a startup world. And you call yourself a startup nation, and it's definitely not exaggerated. The whole world is looking at you as a role model. And so I'm looking very much forward increasing our cooperation and bringing it to new levels.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.